Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me. Today I am doing a glowy summer makeup tutorial where I'm showing you how to get your skin to look beautiful and glowy, like you're glowing from within, and to make it more about skincare than makeup. A few little hacks on how to use products that you might already have, and just how to overall look healthy for the summer. And I have very oily skin, so sometimes trying to get a look like this is very difficult, but I finally figured out what works for me. I'm also showing you guys two different techniques, one for people like me who have very oily skin, might have texture, might have large pores, things like that, and then one for people with normal to dry to slightly combination skin, but people who basically can carry off a lot more oily, glowy types of looks without any concerns. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tie my hair back. I feel like I can't concentrate if my hair is like not out of my face. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and get started, and what we're gonna go ahead and start with is skincare and prep of the skin before you apply makeup, because to get glowy skin that looks natural, it really is about prep. So I've gone ahead and put on my matte screen by Supergoop. That is my sunscreen. Now at this point, this does a lot for my oil control, but because we're gonna be doing dewy skin makeup that has a lot to do with pores, it would be a good time to add a pore minimizing product. So I am using my Becca Ever Matte Poreless Perfecting Primer, and I'm gonna apply it just in the areas that need that help and really nowhere else. Try to limit how many products you put in all the areas that we're going to be really illuminating, which is through here, above here, the tip of the nose, your cupid's bow, things like that. And you can apply the other products, pore minimizing, mattifying, all of that on the other areas. Because, you know, getting a glow requires using a lot of products that accentuate texture. That's why I use this. And also, if you have oily skin, then utilizing these types of products are helpful with that as well, to keep everything on, because we are going to be going in with things that are not super mattifying in terms of foundations and things like that. So you need your base to be pretty solid. So after that, I'm going to be showing you my main product in this, which is my Skinglass product. This is the rose gold color. It is a natural oil, you guys. It's a highlighting face oil, so it can break apart in here, so you need to really shake it, make sure that everything's like good. But I'm gonna be showing you two different methods. I'm gonna show you first on my right side, very little, you need the tiniest bit. I like to just test, make sure that everything is like kosher and like nothing has separated really. Then I'm gonna take a beauty blender that's already damp. I'm gonna pick this product up, and under my foundation, because we haven't even gone in with foundation yet, I'm gonna go ahead and place this in the areas that I want it. So right here, Cupid's bow, pick up some more and get in a little highlight right above the brow bone. And I like to get in on the corner and the temples of my forehead. So you have this under your foundation. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is put on my foundation. The first thing is gonna be to choose a product that is not super mattifying. So I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop color 13. And as you guys know, I just love this product. It is a my skin but better type of skin tint, which is why I'm using it, because I want that naturalness of the skin to show. If you want this to look natural and look like everyday beautiful skin, then it has to be as natural as possible. So then I'm gonna go ahead, and I have my Fenty Beauty. I'm gonna apply it even to this side, because over here, I'm gonna be showing you everything on top of this layer. So you guys can see, you can still see my skin, which is what I want. Now, when we get to this side, I'm gonna start in the bottom part, because I can rub here and not like really think too much. When you come here, I'm going to stipple. The more you rub, you're gonna just move around the product, and we don't want a glow throughout the entire skin. Now, if you have extremely dry to combo skin and you really think that nothing really moves in your skin, you don't really get oily, then you could easily do what I did right here. throughout your skin and layer your foundation on top, and I think it would still look really beautiful. Still use a flexible foundation like the Fenty if you're doing that, but there's no way that it's gonna last on me, so I don't even wanna show you something that I know I can't really use. Both of these techniques that I'm showing you, I can definitely use, which is why I wanted to show it to you. Next, because I have used the Becca Pore Perfecting Primer, I know that here I could have some trouble with foundation really getting and soaking into my pores and not accentuating them. So I like to go back through with like a brush that really doesn't have anything on it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put on my concealer under my eyes like I normally would. I'm using the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the color Biscuit. I mentioned in my last video too that it is not available on the Nars website for some reason anymore. So if you guys are interested in it, it seems like it's about to be discontinued. So I would highly, highly recommend getting this from Sephora because it is still available there. So I have a different beauty blender for my skin products and a different one for my highlighter because I don't want that like all over my under eye area. But I'm just shearing out the concealer, making it just melt into the skin a little bit more. So next up, I'm gonna go ahead with my blush. And this is because we are using a liquid oily type of illuminator. It is not a powder. And when you're using products like this, you have to do all your other layers first and then let this just sit on the skin as your last layer as that like oomph. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. As you guys can see, I can see a slight sheen right here. Everything is still glowing through here, and this area does not have anything just yet. So I'm gonna be using my Makeup by Mario blush. This is in the color Earthy Pink. It's a cream blush, and so I would highly recommend when you're going for a look like this, try to use cream products. They just look more natural, and so that is what I'm gonna go ahead and do. This is pretty sheer. You'll see that it looks so crazy, like I've put on so much, but it does sheer out and it looks so pretty. I'm using the other end of it, which already comes with this brush, which is quite interesting. It has these like 5 little hole type things sticking out. So a cream blush also will have a little bit of a sheen. There's no like glitter or anything like that, but it does have a sheen. And it's so pretty, you guys. It really is so versatile. So I'm trying to really minimize the amount of powders that I use and try to stick to glowy products, but keeping in mind my skin type, I am gonna have to go in and seal in some of this with powder, or there is absolutely no way it is going to survive on me. So now I'm gonna, speaking of sealing in, I am gonna go ahead and seal in my under eye concealer because if not, everything is gonna blur into one. So I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I have the bigger one and I just keep moving product into the smaller one just to make it a little bit easier. So I'm only going right in the areas that this concealer is on. I'm not moving it any further than it needs to because it will take away the glow from this beautiful blush. And now I'm gonna go ahead again with my Skinglass product. I'm always shaking it beforehand. And then I'm gonna take that beauty blender again, pick up a little bit and dab it on. Using the water from the beauty blender and the shape of the sponge just helps get an even application. You can definitely do it with your fingers as well, but I just feel like it's never as natural looking. You tend to get like, you know, the shape of your fingers, the size of your fingers, all that. The other reason for why I highly, highly recommend a cream blush is because sometimes when you have a powder, and actually you even see it happen here, when you have a powder and you go back in with a liquid like this, you're taking off what's underneath. So I'm gonna show you how I fix that issue in just a second. I'm gonna kind of let this dry. There is some water from the beauty blender, all of that. I'm gonna take what's left over to go on top of my brows, tip of my nose, and Cupid's bow. Now I'm gonna go in with a powder for my face. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder that I've been using for probably 10 years, if not more, and a face brush. And I'm only doing this because I have really oily skin. If you do not, you probably don't need this part at all. I'm gonna just tap and release some of that powder in all the areas that I do not want shine. I have hair of this brush everywhere because I just cleaned it. Now at this point, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish right here, and I am going to add it onto this bottom part of my face just to help chisel it out a little bit more. And to help with a little bit of my discoloration. I always like to get it on my forehead line as well. I am gonna take that Laura Mercier translucent powder because it has a little bit of color. It's not as translucent as my MAC one. And I'm gonna just take the tiniest amount. You don't even wanna pack your brush that much. You want it to be way less, like that, more dispersed. And I'm gonna go through areas that I feel like my highlighter is accentuating my pores. So for me, it's like right here. And I'm gonna just pack it in there. This will help you create the shape of what you wanna highlight as well. I'm gonna just go in here, I'm kind of rounding it out. It takes the edge off the blush as well from down here a little bit. And one more step you can do if you need to is to go in with your face MAC Prep and Prime, which is, you know, helping to control shine. And you can dab a little on your blush, like the tiniest bit. And what that's gonna do is just accentuate what is on top. You can always go in at any point, add more of the highlighter if you need to. And I'm gonna go ahead and put on my lipstick and my mascara, and then we can go ahead and see if we need to add any more anywhere else. So I've gone ahead and put on my lipstick and I put on my mascara. You're already seeing everything is like, you know, showing more. You guys can see over here how much that's glowing. You can see right here how much that's glowing. And here, if you remember, we had kind of put it on all over under the cheek area, and that's why I'm seeing it like through here. And here it's more just up here on top. It is not underneath. So very different looks. I've also added it all the way through this line of my eye, like right underneath here. And that I feel like really helps to add that dewiness, because it's like all through here. It's also a little bit lighter because of the concealer, right? So just like accentuates it more. You guys can see it right through here as well. And on the full temple. Hopefully you guys can see all that. Now a few quick tips as well. So I am gonna go ahead and contour my nose really quickly and just really easily. I just take the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish and I just really put it here. So I don't really do like a full contour. But even that helps because now this little area of your nose is gonna be accentuated. You can go in with a powder highlighter. I'm using Ignite by Makeup Geek. And you can add, you know, the powder highlighter onto certain areas that you need a little bit more of a natural look, because a liquid formula might not last or it might smudge in these regions. So with mask wearing, putting it on the tip of your nose and like adding that in right now might be an issue. Your mask is gonna move, it's gonna move all around, all over your nose, and it might not accentuate what you want it to accentuate. So I'm going in the tiniest amount, just in the tip of the nose. And honestly, it stands out more when I contour. Do you see that shine right there? And then Cupid's bow. Now, if you're not happy enough with this, you can always go in with a tap, tap, tap on just the highest region. With this, it's gonna literally take it to like the next level of glow. So I would not add this lower or anything like that, just in the highest region right here. And if that's not enough glow for you everywhere and through the skin, then I would suggest going in and using a lip gloss on the lips to give that a little bit of a glow too. If you notice, I even have shine on my eyes, and that is the purpose, to try to get glow everywhere. So I'm using a Nars lip gloss. This is in the color Reef. And it's actually an infused lip tint as well. So it's not meant to like give a lot of color. So you guys can see the glow from everywhere. And I have it all over. I think this has made such a big difference. That's a big thing for me. And yeah, that is the finished look on how to glow in the summer while not looking oily and still looking really healthy, and trying to make it look as much like it's from within the skin as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you, that you picked up a couple of quick tips and tricks that you can implement this summer. I would love to hear what you think down below, and perhaps you've used a couple of these products, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.